Nissan, baby. There was like a streak of when I was 14, I did some naughty stuff. You know what I mean? We went to visit cousins. This is a lead up to the actual event. But it was like, let's say this is Tuesday. We went to visit cousins in Baltimore, Maryland. You familiar? It's the Maldives of Baltimore. Maryland, whatever. I don't know maps. But we went, and there was this. You could probably look it up, or maybe they probably took it down. But it was like a large statue. Like, I mean, real big. Like, you know, it's like cement for like 6 feet, and then the actual thing. It was one of those bad boys, and we were inebriated. And I was with my sister. I was like 14. My sister must have been like 18 or 19. And my sister was like, "Bet you can't climb that statue and tap that horse's nuts." and I had licked a lot of salt off a margarita, which is the national drink of Baltimore. And I was like, "Bet you I can, bitch." So I like climb my way up fucking American Ninja Warrior style, because, you know, support the troops. and I did do it, and at the time, a cop car pulled up, and it was a Baltimore cop, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like touching this horse's nuts. You know what I said? I was like, "I'm American." I was so fucked up. I thought that's what would save me. And I had to climb down, and this cop gave me like a talking to, because I'm white, I got away. And then I went home. So for the main event, and then let's say like a week or two later, we went. My mom is Canadian, gross, and we went to Toronto, right, to see a hockey game.
Hell yeah!
And I was 14, and I was like, I look old, which was not true. I looked the same as I did now. It's like, except I had thicker hair and better spirit. And we asked our friends, our Canadian friends, they were like, we're gonna take you to this souvenir shop. And I'm like, souvenir, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, we're from here. We go here all the time. I don't need an I Heart Canada shirt. And they were like, no, it's a souvenir shop. And I was like, we're getting raped. But so we go there at like 3 p.m. and it's the souvenir shop. And then my one friend is like, Muhammad, and I'm like, what's going on here? And Muhammad was like, come to the back. And I was like, this is the weirdest souvenir shop I've ever been to.
Oh my god.
And there was a guy in the back printing fake IDs. I sat down, and I was 14 at the time, and I put on a cardigan, braided my hair in the back, because, you know, that's what 19, because in Canada the drinking age is 19.
Oh.
It's not 21.
19.
So I just had to pass for 19, not 21.
Sure.
Even though I was 14 and a fucking moron. I asked for my mom's readers, like, you know, glasses. So I had little glasses, a cardigan, and I had my hair braided. I looked mentally, like, unstable. Like, you know? And once I get that idea, I started walking around like Tony Soprano. I was like, how does it look? You know? Like, so I get the picture taken, I get it, I'm like, ooh, this feels good in my hand, you know? And then we got the ID because I wanted to drink at the hockey game.
Yeah.
We were going to fucking the Rogers Center. It's like a big stadium. It's like the Wells Fargo of Toronto.
Hell yeah.
And, you know, they, like, take the liquor license very seriously, because if it gets taken away, they lose so much money in a night.
Mm-hmm.
So we show up. It's me, my mom, my sister, and her two friends, who are both European, right? Sketch. And we show up. We get to the arena. We go up all these steps. We're, like, really high up because, you know, poor. And we get in, and we go to the bar, and my sister gets a drink, and they card her. But she's probably underage at the time. No, she must have been 19. So maybe she was legal. So it was like 14 or 15. She was legal. Her friends were legal, but they were European, and they showed their passports, which is even more official. So the girl was like, fine. And then I was like, I'll get the cider, you know? And then I put down my fake ID that basically broke when I put it down. It was like paper thin, except like a fat paper. It was so bad. The fucking like picture like shoved under the date. It was like
Oh my god.
It was like, you know, like googly eyes shake when you move them. And I'm so confident, and my mom's like, oh my god. So I throw it down, and the woman's like, I'll be right back. And I'm like, oh cool, she's getting a cold one. I'm like, this woman's obsessed with me. She's, you know, whatever. She's getting me a cold beer. She comes back, and she has like a curly thing in her ear now, and I'm like, costume change. She's like, this is a fake ID, and cuts the card. And I go, that's not Canadian hospitality, bitch. And then we're like, and I'm like, oh shit, like, you can kind of get in trouble for this. I'm like, damn. I'm like, oh, what do you mean, you know? And she's like, I have to call security. You're going to be like, what, arrested, da-da-da. I'm like, oh, dude, I don't want to be arrested. And it wasn't about being arrested. I just genuinely don't want my hands behind my back. Because you know what my worst fear was? I was like, what if my face is itchy? Anyway, so I'm like, shit. I turn around, I kid you not. So I'm not drunk at this point, I'm fucking sober. And I turn around, because I like drink anyway, whatever. I turn around, my entire family is gone. They have left me in the lurch. It's fucking Holocaust 2025. I'm like, my mom's gone, my sister's gone, and her 2 friends. And they're like nowhere to be seen.
Jesus.
I'm like, oh my God. I'm wearing my ID fucking photo outfit. I'm getting acne, I'm depressed. Like, just started high school. So the woman comes around, and then she comes with a guy. And I'm like, oh, like, you never want them to come with a guy, because then they need the help or whatever. Yeah. And she's like, you're going to be placed under arrest, like, you have a fake identification. And then she starts to tell me what would happen to, like, the I guess the building if, like, their liquor license. Yeah. So I just look at her and I'm like, yeah. And then I fucking Usain Bolt dash. Because the stairs are right there, the opening. Oh, so I start to run down the stairs.
You just gotta get out.
Yeah.
I gotta get out. I start to run the stairs. I run all the way down. There's like, because it's like tons of stairs. And then there's like a Mountie that's like at the bottom of the stairs. Mountie are like Canadian police.
Oh my God.
And I used to have a bit about this. They're just silly police. They're just silly police. They're like police light. And then I start running and it's a big circle, kind of like Wells Fargo. And I turn to look behind me, and I just see 3 Mounties running after me.
Oh, boy.
And I'm like, this sucks. Like,
yeah.
I just wanted a cider. Like,
holy shit.
Start running. And then I, like, get out of breath. I'm like, I'd rather be arrested than keep running. And then they were like, you're under arrest, blah, blah, blah. Out of nowhere, my mom shows up. I'm like, where have you been, bitch? Like,
yeah, what the fuck? Yeah.
So she knows exactly what's going on. And then it's, like, the 3 or 4 Mounties and then the woman from upstairs. And they're like, is this your kid? And she's like, I think so. And I'm like, I think so. I'm like there. And then my mom has to like pretend like she doesn't know what's going on. But of course she knew where the fucking we got the fake ID. So they're like, your daughter tried to purchase alcohol under the age of 19 or whatever. And my mom has to like be like, she's like pretending to be Meryl Streep. She's like, I never, what? She's like, we didn't raise you like this. And she gave me like a fake hit. And it like almost felt good. Like we were unaware. And then I see my sister like from like they're like talking to me here, and I see them in the background just fucking drinking beers. And they're like, fuck you, like throwing up gang signs.
Watching the show.
Just enjoying the hockey game. I'm like, this sucks. And then my mom was like, we didn't know, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, they're Canadian. They're like, all right, yeah, like, I don't know, I'm doing an Irish accent. And then they were like, okay, we'll let you off with a warning. And then and then they had security watching me the whole game to make sure I didn't try again. And I was like, I'm not going to try again. If I would have probably. And we had to have this security guard. But then everybody in our section thought I was famous. Because I had this security guard next to me the whole time.
Oh, my God.
And I would fuck with him because my sister would sit next to me. She has her beer. And when he was looking at me, I'd be like, oh. And he'd be like, all right.
Sunday.